Who would you say?
Man, I took one with Mike Bryant like a year ago.
Oh,
So that was
this guy.
That's kind of tip of the spear for me, brother. I don't know if anything else can top that.
Stop it.
You know how much it takes to get that nice, beautiful white right there, just right
That's
there.
silver fox. That's what that is.
What I'm
That's
saying.
the silver
You
fox.
know it ain't growing. It ain't growing like that. He paints that in there.
Yeah, you got me. The cat's out the bag,
Busted.
Daddy.
Oh. Oh my God. So it's probably two situations. One of them, and y'all gotta excuse me sometimes, Jimmy. I get to talking, man, and I don't shut up. So
You're good.
That's the point of this.
yeah. So there is. I've got multiple pictures with the guys at the tournament because every second I had a chance to, I was like, oh, there's Larry Fitzgerald. Oh, there's Ken Griffey Jr. Oh, there's. And so I got a picture with David Wells. David Wells, Hall of Fame, New York Yankees pitcher. He was 2 rooms down from me at the hotel they put us in. So we bumped into each other. Super down to earth, and he's a big dude. He's tall. So he actually took a picture with me. He took a picture with my son this time, and then signed 2 balls for him. So I got 2. You get a couple baseballs, and from David Wells, man, it's kind of flying. I'm not a Yankees fan. I don't hate on him, but you got to be a baseball fan to realize it's David Wells. But
Right.
the one thing that blew me away, I think, from the show was phenomenal. And I can send you a link to the video on it too. But during COVID, so COVID came in and we're still filming, right? We're still out there doing it. And yeah, actually we weren't filming during COVID because that's when everything broke out with everything and the show got shut down. I grew up a country fan. I'm a music fan. I could care less what kind of music it is. If it moves me, I'm going to stick to it. It doesn't matter. And cool thing about the military is you get exposed to different music throughout your career, right? Because you're sleeping in same areas with guys like, hey man, what are you listening to over there? That sounds great. But I grew up a lot on country and Garth Brooks, so mid-90s Garth Brooks. So I heard a bunch of fans actually started hitting me on Twitter saying, hey, Garth Brooks, you know, he's had to cancel some tours, and word is he's getting depressed about it and all this stuff. And somebody from up in Nashville texted me and said, hey, he's got this live show he does online, and him and his wife Trisha are playing a lot of music on there. So it was 2020. I sent him a message. I videoed the message, blasted it up, and at the time Garth was doing a show on A&E, same network we were on with Live PD. So that's how the message got back to him. I sent him a video message and said, hey man, I know you love playing and everything, and I know cutting the tours off was harmful to you guys, to keep your heads up. We love seeing you and the missus do these videos and keep singing the music. And on one of his studio episodes that he was doing, so every Tuesday he was doing studio with G with Garth, and they put it on a big screen behind him on the wall because he would do fan requests, right? So they would put the fan request on this video behind him. So as soon as this got my message, he goes, no, like this. I was like, as soon as my face was on his screen, it was like immediate, right? And so he watched the message. He goes, oh, that's amazing, man. And I said, love you, Garth. Have a good one. And he goes, love you too, man. Great stuff. And I was like, because you see, like Garth Brooks knew who I was. It was unbelievable, man. Just unreal. So that was probably the coolest one. That had to be tops for me. Yeah. It was phenomenal. But y'all get celebrities all the time down in Daytona, Orlando.
They just cut through, right, Mike?
Oh,
In and out.
In and
In and
out,
out.
brother. You know, they not put me on their TV shows or any of that kind of. You know what I mean?
I'll say you see a fancy airplane come in at somebody, and then they out with the fancy airplane gone.
We're back.
And we're back.
Hey, didn't John Travolta live somewhere down there? I heard he lived
he lives in Ocala, which is like 60 minutes away, and he lives on a private airport.
Yeah, I saw his house where he pulls his jet right up to his house.
Yeah, 2 jets. Because you have a little one, big one.
That's how I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes. We got room for you in the fly-in out in Port Orange. You can come on down and
come on down. I'm gonna fly down. It's gonna be my Audi though. It's not gonna be no aircraft.
Hey,
I actually don't like flying.
Okay.
Stressful for me.
Yeah, I understand. Well, with celebrities, you know what I'm saying, Jim? Going to the airport and getting recognized
yeah,
and
you
doing
know, you
these
got to put the hat
autographs.
down, sunglasses. You just drive your own car, and it's no,
And you don't have to worry about it. That's how you
Exactly.
just
Exactly. Life
care.
of celebrity.
And somebody's like, and you get it, Mike. I know y'all get it from the show. It's like, hey, these are celebrities now. I was like, nah, man, celebrities get paid for stuff, right?
Correct. Correct. Correct.
But
My
we do it
appearances
for
are
the
free.
love. We do it for the
Yeah,
love.
that's exactly what it is.
I don't know if y'all are seeing the same thing we are, but since we've been on the show, I mean, the connection with people that normally wouldn't talk to the cops, and I think me and you might talked about it a little bit when you were here, but it's that connection to now they're like, hey, Mike Bryan, hey, Mike, and they're like, it's a name, it's no longer a badge, right? And that's the way they do with us, and that's way better than being a celebrity, man. These kids will come up and talk to you that normally are scared of the cops or just have different views of the cops. So
Yeah, you're all over it.
yeah, it means the world, man, to be able to go on Miss Essie's front porch and drink tea with her, and she was watching you, the other night on the show, and before you never got that invite, man.
Nope.
And little old lady sitting on the front porch just waving to you when you go by, but now they want to talk about the show, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Go ahead, Jim. I know you got something. I see it.
He's
I
got
see you
something. I can
buff.
see it.
He's got
I can
something.
see it. I can see it.
I was gonna circle back to the Audi.
Wait, before you ask him, Jim, this is how I got him on the show. I said, Cap, we gotta talk about golf and the Audi and this, that, and the other. And he responded. I was like, oh, the Audi got him. I threw the hook out there, Jim, and it worked.
Hey, little bit of fish bait off the pier, man. Just
Yes,
get them.
Sometimes you gotta chum the water a
Reel
little
them in
bit.
with the Audi.
That's right.
Man,
I love
and
it.
I feel so bad it took so long to get on here. It's been wild, man. No excuse. No excuse. Yeah.
It's all right.
Listen,
been a while.
can I tell you something?
You can't.
You're worth the wait, my friend. You are worth the wait. I can promise you that.
Hey, and you guys, I was so glad when y'all got on the show, man, because I was like Daytona's one of those spots they need to see. Need to see it.
Yeah.
And I think your chief has been wise enough to keep y'all in it because one, the people that are them taxpayers out there, we see the same thing. They're seeing what they're getting, right? They're like, they see how hard you're working and see how that community involvement goes. And before they'd never have a video of that, right? Like why look at it? Now the world's watching to see how professional Daytona Beach is. And it's unreal, man. It's unreal. And you guys will see dividends in other areas as it goes along. We did too. And it's one of those things that we didn't do it for recruiting, but now we got a waiting list. So I'm like, come on, man. Come here. We'll police.
Yes.
Boss lets us work, man.
Mike, you got to circle back to the story you told me the other night about the guy that wanted to be like you.
Yeah. We'll circle back to that. And we also circle back to the Audi situation. But before we do, because Jim's a big car guy. I love cars. We do cars. I was looking at a new truck today.
Oh, man.
Before we do that, I wanted to let you know that I see your potential for what's coming up next. But I do want to let you know also that our chief is retiring.
Wow.
So if you're looking to get closer to Disney,
I don't know, man. I'm a little sick from the hurricanes up here right now. Y'all seem to be getting them about once a week.
you're barely safe. But guess what you get to do when you get here? You get to be at the station where we don't flood. You don't flood. Where you
go on the beach. I did see that pictures of all y'all's cars inside that big staging area y'all had, man. That was cool. I'm glad they didn't get touched.
Where are you seeing this stuff at?
I don't know. Somewhere.
Danny B.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's secretly watching. I love it. Thank you.
I'm putting in applications everywhere.
Well, I happen to know for a fact, and if we need to edit this out, we can. But I happen to know for a fact that you would be a prime candidate to replace Sheriff Lott. Now, Not that we want him to go anywhere, but he's been
Man, the
doing this a
elections last
long
week,
time.
you trying to get me fired like 4 days before the election, man.
No. I don't want you fired. I said when he go. No, I'm not. We want him to leave.
Yeah.
We don't want him to go anywhere.
No.
But should he decide to hang the hat up, we know that his successor. I heard there's some people in line, and you're on the show.
And you know, I'm sure just like every good boss, he's got people being trained up behind him. You're always training your people up to take your spot and move along. And I'm sure he's got some folks in mind. And I think down the line, it'll be in my boots at some point, not necessarily here at this county, but maybe one of these surrounding counties that need to get built up the way we are, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the same time, you want somebody to be here that's going to continue his legacies. Cause it's, man, when I first saw him, and it's not kissing ass or anything like that. It's being real on what I saw and the reason why I've stayed here for 24 years. There's community involvement that I've never seen from a police department growing up. Never seen it. Never.
Huge. It's huge.
It's huge. And to have a team of guys and gals that's solely dedicated, like y'all with the VCAT squad, right? You got somebody that's our CAT team out there working every day to do the community stuff, to do the enforcement stuff. And I was a part of that for probably half of my career, man. And it was so cool to see somebody dedicating time to not just locking people up. Now, granted, when they got to get locked up, they got to get locked up.
No question.
Sometimes people need to go to timeout, and they'll be good and get back out of timeout. But and to have that involvement, man, that's why I've stayed here. I do have other desires after this. I'm kind of filling them out, but like next March, I'll have 30 years in the military, man. So I got a lot of things to look at over the next year.
Jim, correct me if I'm wrong. Cheers.
He said Audi.
Jim, he looks 40. How's he got 30 years in the military?
I don't know.
You look
keep
40.
this trim down right here.
30 years in the military. Wow. That is
impressive, man.
Huge.
I went to boot camp in 95.
Freshman in high school.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. Yeah, and
that means you're 4 years older than me.
I'm 52.
What? Okay, well, I stand correct. Well, I sit correct.
We never guessed it.
But
no.
It's so enjoyable when you catch somebody that's 18 or 19, you've been running for like 5 blocks after.
Yeah.
And you grab him up and like, how old are you, man? 19, why? I'm like, bro.
I got shorts older than you.
Yeah. Hit the gym a little bit, push away from the PlayStation and the weed for a little while and see what happens.
That's right.
And get off of it for a little bit and hit the gym some, man. If you're going to run for me, you get some work in.
For real. All right.
He's like, why? You ain't no badass. I go, no. I got 22 pounds of gear and you the one sitting in handcuffs right now. Come on. I'm like, come on. I literally had that conversation with a kid last summer. And he had a little bit of attitude, but you know, we always treat him right. I'm like, my man, I'm an old dude. I'm carrying a bunch of gear. You went over fences. I went down the street and waited on you.
Yeah. Wisdom.
That's Danny Brown with the hot feet.
Yes, sir.
Now, man, was funny. We had one. It was, oh man, I've done it twice to the guys. Both of them were on show nights, but we had one runner. He was on a dirt bike, ditched the dirt bike, and this kid Daniel Mulcahy starts chasing him, and the camera crew's going with him over fences, right? And they're hitting chain links, and it's parallel streets all the way around. So me and Eddie, I was like, get in the truck, man. So we get in the SUV and I just going down the block. Well, they're hopping fences, and I can see him hopping fences. I'm just going down the block. So I went all the way to the end of the block and pulled in, driveway, and just waited. I kept hearing him closer and closer. And
that's great.
That's awesome when you hear the fences coming closer to you.
Yeah, you can hear that chain link and the dings on the fence, right?
Yeah.
So he's coming, and I hear the last one, and he's coming over towards the gate behind the house, opens the gate, and I'm like, "What's up, man? Get on the ground."
It's like a movie. It's awesome.
And he looked defeated, man. Looked so defeated. And then Daniel, I hear him at the fence. Maybe a minute later, he hits the next fence and comes over. And he's coming around the house thinking he's still chasing this dude.
Yeah.
And he sees me cuffing him up, and he goes, "Oh, thank God! Oh,
No, thank me.
And I've done that twice. I've done that twice to him on camera, where I'll drive up the block and just cut him off. And they're like, "How'd you get here?" I was like, "Right here, man. Right here."
Work smarter, not harder.
And this is why
Right.
the people love Danny Brown. They love him because he's a savant when it comes to this police work, Jim. I mean, this
It's
ain't
the
no.
It's spider senses.
It's crazy what he's got. I mean,
Spider senses.
he
It's
smells
funny
it,
Jimmy said
he
spider
sees
senses,
it,
because it's
he
there, Mike.
feels it.
You see it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You feel it, man. And this lady, it was years back, but I was talking at a community event, and they were asking about police work and all this, and I said, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Y'all probably gonna think I'm crazy, but probably not, because y'all have seen it. But you be driving down the road, and it's that gut where you get this kick in your seat, where
yes,
something's telling you to turn around and go back down that road.
yeah,
Didn't
yeah,
see
yeah.
nothing.
Nope,
Didn't see nothing.
didn't
No,
hear anything.
no,
You just
nothing.
feel something.
Windows up, and it's right there.
Yeah,
And you're like,
yeah,
he's like, "All right, man, I'm gonna go check it out." All
yeah.
right. And then dudes are down there stripping a car, or they're robbing somebody. And it's happened plenty of times where they're like, "How do you find this stuff?" I'm like, it literally is a gut to feeling where somebody above you is saying, "Hey, I need you to go down this road right now." And you go down that road, and then boom, everything's going on.
You know, I'm gonna say this, and Jimmy's gonna know what I'm talking about. This conversation reminds me of the last conversation we had with somebody, who we interviewed. Who is it, Jim? The other Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Rebellos from Everett. You and him
Oh,
are eerily
yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
That dude is old school policing, instinct for days, and he knows how to treat people. I really want to get him in studio. He is a great guy. I'm sad they're leaving, allegedly.
Did you see him last weekend with that dude on the bicycle?
Yeah,
With the he had the mask, and then he
yeah,
put that mask on, and
yeah,
Danny just standing there like, "All right, man," in the mask.
yeah, yeah,
Double
He goes,
mask. It was a mask on a mask.
yeah, yeah. It was weird, Jimmy. It
yeah.
was weird.
It's definitely weird.
It almost looked like one of the painted porcelain masks that he put on.
Yeah.
And guys just like, I don't know, man. The Washington and Oregon, all that area, when they're dealing with the meth and heroin constantly, bro. It's like,
Yeah. You know what he told us? You know what he told us one night? One night he had 11, what do you say, 11 arrests in 12 hours? 11
Yeah.
in a 12-hour shift. That's the record for anybody in their entire PD. And then like 3 of them were like, he just gave 3 away. So he could have had like 14.
could y'all imagine that at nighttime up there when everybody's so high and they start? It's sad to see that, but it's almost like a zombie movie at nighttime. I'm sure, where they're walking around. Yeah, that's weird, man. Totally. I mean, we've got a few little crack spots like that. It's
Of course.
nothing like what they're dealing with up there in the Northeast with all that stuff.
Well, I noticed he admires you. You should really,
I hit him up. And be
yeah,
like,
yeah. He's a really cool dude. I was
I'll
talking
send
to
him
him
a
today.
I'll send him an application to come on down south.
He's 26 years in.
Oh, gee.
And yeah, he's done. He's a year left, a year and 11 months or something like that, 11 months or something. Yeah,
Still looks young though.
yeah, he does.
He come down here to warm weather. We'll be fine with it.
Well, he does what you do. He shaves it all off. You know that?
Yeah. I'm telling you,
Trickery.
this is all
Trickery.
gray. It's all gray right here.
Trust me, when they put your picture on for the lineup for the show, that's that picture.
Yeah.
Well, we know. You know,
Yeah.
like, but I think
Yeah.
you'd be slick with some, facial
Yeah,
hair.
it comes off sometimes.
goatee. Come on, let us
It-
see it.
And you know what's funny was the sheriff, like years back, he did like all the other sheriffs. He's like, "Hey, y'all start showing your tattoos. It's a new age. You start growing beards up to this length." So I'll grow it out, a little bit, just because on that military weekend, I know it's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
I'll grow it out until it starts looking all
You
salt
got
and
any?
pepper all
You got
down
any? Got any pictures with it?
No, not really. A few here and there. Nothing major. Nothing like the Mike Bryant.
Jimmy's.
Look at
I got some grays in there. I got
that. It's starting to pop in there.
Happens.
That stuff comes in droves, man. Like all of a sudden you'll look and you'll be like, damn, look like Santa Claus right now.
All right, Jimmy, get to the Audi question because I know you're chomping at the bit for it. What do you got?
I was gonna ask which one you had, the S6?
No, I got an A6,
Okay.
but it's I leased it because that was a wait in 3 years I can get a new one.
Because they're
And
problematic.
I was trading in trucks like crazy, and Donna handles our finances for the family. She's my financial whiz. So every like 3 years, I was like, "Hey, I found this other truck I want to get," and then I'd be upside down on the other one.
Uh-huh.
So we sold our RV, sold our boat we had, and I was like, "I don't need the truck right now." So started looking around, and my son has an A6 that we bought, a couple years back. That's old, but it's still in amazing shape. So I drove it one day to get the oil change, and then I was like, "Damn, I kind of like this thing." So I went up and looked at them, and man, that one was just speaking to me. So
I was gonna say, what color is that? Because that's pretty unique.
that's it's crazy. That color is called Moderna Brown, Moderna Brown, and the A6s. There's only a couple of them made with that brown.
I've never seen it. That was
It
very
it's
unique.
it looks weird. It looks gray at times, and then it looks brown. So I actually I test drove one of them home the night before, a gray one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we took the gray one back the next day, and that brown one came in on the truck. And he said, "Look, man, we got a brown one that just came in. It's got a little bit more than what the gray one has, and your payments will be close to the same." I was like, "Well, let's go look at that one." And he pulled it around, and I thought it was black at first.
That's what I thought
So
when I
Me
saw your
too.
videos.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was black, and then that sunlight hits it. So we go to all the dealerships. We're always going like Ferrari because my son's a huge car nut, man, and we love cars too. So we went into the Audi dealerships, the Ferrari ones in Orlando, and all them dudes were so cool. You
Yeah,
go in
yeah.
like the Lambo dealership, and they're like, "Yeah, cool. Look around. If y'all got any questions, let us know." I'm like millions of dollars of cars, and we're just gonna walk around them. So I'm like tucking my chain in and putting keys in pockets. I ain't
Yeah,
trying to buy no cars all that.
they're
Right.
super nice no matter what. They just come on in, we'll show you around, and you get some
Yeah.
coffee, espresso, water, and
Mhm.
I brought my kids and they were like, "Yeah, you can sit in this car," and kids were in
Uh,
heaven.
I'm like, what? The Ferrari place down in Orlando where it's got 2 levels. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
wild, man. So then we stopped in, we went over to the Audi dealership around the corner, and that place was huge too. So in this Orlando, the guy comes up, trying to sell us the car, and I'm like, no, thanks, man. We just got one like 2 months ago. He goes, "What'd you get?" And then he asked me what color it was, and I told him. He goes, "No way, man. No, no, no." I said, "Yeah, it's right there." And we're looking out the window. He goes, "Oh my God." So he calls his friend down in Miami at the dealership down there, and they were like, "You seen any A6s in this brown?" And he said, "No, you got one up there?" I swear they probably would have tried to buy it from me if I. But he said that paint job is rare. I was like, "All right, you guys ain't never getting the car back then."
Yeah.
Yeah, Audi does that with a few of their cars. They have
Yeah.
like a Merlin purple. There's only like 50 of those ever made, and yeah, they do like a couple nice colors.
Danny,
Yes, sir.
can you tell that Jimmy has an Audi?
Does he? Is
Yeah.
it R8? He got an R8?
No, I'm I'm not
Yeah.
that.
Not yet.
No, not yet, not yet.
Tell him
I'm
what.
not.
Tell him what you got. You gonna?
What
I got
year is it?
I got a 18 S5
Oh man,
stage 2.
thing of raw, dude.
Oh, yeah.
that thing is so sweet.
What color is it?
It's sweet. He's got
That thing's gorgeous, man.
ground
See, I want to
effect.
do that. I want to do that kit just like that on the front end with the
Yeah.
lowers and everything on mine. That's the ones I was looking at, and it's got there was a rear spoiler that just sticks right on the trunk that I think would set that trunk off a little bit more too. But I was surprised at how much power just that A6 with that 4-cylinder turbo has on it.
Yeah.
Yes. That turbo's
And
killer.
Yep.
it's unreal, man. I slammed it and it held me back in the seat. It was scary. I was like, there's no way a 4-cylinder should be doing this. But then I look down and I'm getting like 33 miles per gallon. And I'm like, yep.
It's nice. If you come down, I have 2 extra spoilers. We could see if one of them fits your car. I have 2
We
different
had to link,
styles.
we had to link up and get the cars, get a little picture with them, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the technology that's in them, man, even back like Connor's, his is 2015. And that car is phenomenal, man. It's got 150,000 miles on it, and it still drives like it's brand new. Mine's got all the newest LED lighting all in it, behind all the panels and stuff. And you can change the colors on the
Yeah, it's
panels.
nice.
It's unreal. That's my baby now. And I still so with the truck, I was having to park way out in lots just so I could get out of parking spots, right? And now Donna's like, "Hey, you can park a little closer." And I go, "No, I can't. No, I cannot
Nah.
park."
Yeah, dinging my car up. Yeah. So
One.
the Silverado you had last time you came down, that's gone.
Yeah, the blue one. Yeah, it's gone. And that truck was beautiful, man. But
It was.
I mean, that thing was good in price still too when they bought it back for me. So Audi did pretty good. Audi did good with it. But I love that Audi now, man. I probably will own a couple more after this one. It's been unreal.
I know it's legit because I bought my wife a Volkswagen Jetta GTI a few years back, and it's got that little turbo in it.
Mhm.
Man, I love that. I went and picked it up from Orlando where my buddy worked, and I drove it back on I-4, and I was like, this thing's got guts.
Yeah.
It was pounded. I was like, and then my daughter crashed it first time she drove it.
Wow.
And they're basically the same brand, same cars, you know?
Yep.
And so as always, you pop the hood and you want to see what's under there and everything. And the engine cover that goes on there, I was expecting it to be full plastic, but that one I have to show you, but you push it, it's like foam rubber on it, on top of the engine. Some type of noise deafening or something on it, dampening. Yeah, it's unreal, man. I didn't think that thing was squished like that.
That's pretty sweet.
There's the extra belt tensioners down in there too that I didn't know about. They engineered those cars like crazy.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Your son ever try to drive your car? Did your son ever try to drive your car?
Not yet. And I told him he could drive it. I mean, we got insurance, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Donna has driven it a couple times, but she's got a BMW 440i that she drives.
Very nice.
She's hers is pretty. And it's got 6 on her, and that thing, when it starts up, it's nice. It's nice. Yeah. It's nice.
Well, don't tell my wife I'm looking at a Silverado. Been talking to the guy. I've been actually talking to the guy at your dad's dealership, Jimmy. Ooh. That's a sore spot. We'll talk about that later, Danny, on camera. And I'm looking at a...
Where's his dealership at?
It's in St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That place, that's a cool town, too, though.
Oh, it's great.
It's real nice,
man. They got nice little bed and breakfasts and all kinds of good stuff. It's fun.
And they're gonna do the Nights of Light soon.
If you're here in December, if you're here, we go to St. Augustine. We take you out to dinner, you and the family. You know, do the Night of Lights on the river.
Cool. Just Christmas lights out there and stuff.
The whole city
everywhere
is covered in lights, and then you can do a nice little boat thing. It's pretty fun. It's a good time.
I probably won't have to bring my mom because you might be in danger, man.
Your mom is glorious. I've been looking for her. I got to go to the hospital. She's still there?
Yeah, she's still at Halifax up there, and she's been down there since like 96, I think, is when she moved to Florida. She actually moved down there in like 94, 95, moved to Florida. And
It changes.
yeah, she's been there ever since. Because I remember when I graduated basic, I went down there and then hung out with them for a little bit before I had to come to Fort Jackson. So it's kind of my first experience down in Florida. Actually, it was, because I don't remember going to Florida before that. And Daytona's cool. We love coming down there, park on the beach, run around, man.
Yeah.
I mean, where else in the world can you drive on the beach, back in, set your chairs up, and just have a good time with the family and friends, man?
Good times.
Super cool.
It is.
I ain't going in the water. There's too many sharks, man. Every time.
Oh, stop. My
Well,
kid surfs every day. My kid
nothing but
surfs every day.
Sharks
Jimmy's in there all the time, right?
I love swimming. I love it. I just don't want to touch nothing on the floor.
That's who I am, man. I love the water. I love being in it. But don't let one thing hit my foot. I am not going in the water the rest of the way, man. Not gonna happen.
Turns into Jesus. He's walking on the water.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the lakes here, right? We'd be out on the boat and little bluegill come up and nip at you sometimes. and one of them bit Donna, and she's like, "Oh, what was it? The fish was like this big, right?"
A little
I was like,
beluga.
"No, I'm out of the water. I'm done with it. I'm out. See y'all." You ever go back and watch
Anyway.
the film like it's game film? Like, oh, I should have went on this side of the car or that side of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do that too?
Hey, everybody, and that's one of the questions we get about this show a lot is like, do you guys watch yourselves? I go, yeah, all the time. I'm like, man, where's Danny Brown? I keep fast forwarding through everybody else. No,
Trying to find Danny. Yeah,
no,
trying to
but
find Danny.
we'll watch it, and I use it like game film. I tell people that all the time. It's like game film for me. Like even watching the other departments, you're like, well, what would I have done in that situation? Like what did I miss? And then you go back and watch it like, oh, I didn't even see that when I was on scene. But then you see it, and it makes you a better cop if you do that. And it's just like a quarterback watching game film, man. It's like that play didn't end so well, so we're gonna relook at it. Like when you go falling down, chasing suspects.
That's the instincts we were talking about, because I don't know if you saw it. After that episode in the parking lot with that guy, with the girl took off with the gun, we did a live and we had Addie on. And we're talking about, because she said she was up on 2 notch and she had just left you. So
I told her, man.
Yeah.
I told her.
And we have been talking. And so my question was, well, we talked about it. And I said to Jimmy, I was like, that's all instinct. I mean, who just patrols a parking lot and gets into it? We have a buddy who does gas station parking lots, but not regular like strip mall parking lots.
Yeah,
I was like, freaking Danny Brown. It's amazing.
Proactive.
Well, you know what? It's like Jimmy said, it's proactive, right? Because even if I don't get anything out of that contact, probably cost somebody else to be like, I ain't breaking into cars in this parking lot right now. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna move along. And I warned Addie. I warned her that night because I didn't have a crew with me. So her and the crew were riding around, and I was just trying to hit spots like always. And the new region I'm in out there is at nighttime. We've got that big shopping center at Sand Hills, and it's a big outdoor shopping center. It's getting really run down now, but so we try to keep the patrols up out there. New movies come out, like when Creed came out, all that, we'd have fights and stuff out there all the time. Everybody wants to be on the movie, so it's one of those things. And that night, Addie had pulled away from me because that region that I'm in, it used to have a tendency to be fairly boring, where not a lot would happen. And you just it takes a little bit harder work, but it's still there. And Addie and then we're going to peel off and go back way inbound 2 notch, go back towards 20. And I was like, all right, man, you're going to leave me unsupervised out here. Shit going to go sideways.
Yeah. You're going to leave the supervisor unsupervised.
Yeah. And then she, when her and Bryce came back and I was sitting in the ambulance and they were like giving me hell for being in the ambulance, getting patched up. I was like, I told you guys this was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen. And it was an epic foot chase too, because we're running through, there's some outdoor seating restaurants right there, like this seafood restaurant, and we're running through these breezeways where they're eating dinner and stuff. And everybody's like, oh, what's going on? And, I fell down and I hit that curb, and it just took my whole arm. The concrete just took it all apart, right? So then I get up and I'm having to catch up with this dude and gain that length. So we run through the breezeway. We come out on this road that cuts through the shopping mall. He runs across it. One of my guys is right there. He jumps out, starts chasing him, and then I follow behind them down the next breezeway. And the dude gets caught in the trash can. So he tried to grab him, and the kid went forward into a trash can and cuffed him up. And I go back, and old girl is gone. She's gone.
Yeah. Did we ever get her?
Statement pending on that one. She will be with us fairly soon because our main guy had her driver's license in his pocket.
Beautiful.
Because I don't know if y'all do it, but like when me and Donna were dating, if we go out to a club or out to a restaurant or something, I would hold her ID.
Yeah, leave your purse.
Carry your purse. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that started just because there was a BMW in the parking lot at the far edge of the parking lot, sitting there under a skylight with the hood was up. The hood was up with a jump box connected to the battery. All the windows were down. So if you're driving through the parking lot, you see that, and all the windows are down. So I was like, oh,
somebody's in there. Something's going on.
Yeah. Either that or somebody's about to steal it. And my mind was like, oh, they left it unsecured. Somebody's gonna steal their damn car. So I went over at least to maybe run the plates on it. And there was a car parked next to it. So about that time, I see what's going on inside the car. Little extracurricular activity between the two of them.
Hanky panky.
And with the windows
Exercise.
down, yeah, exercise. Where everybody can see what's going on. His family's out there going to the movies and stuff.
Wait.
Yeah.
The windows were down?
The
So
windows
he
are
said
down.
the windows are down.
Yeah.
Well, you need ventilation, right? Can we agree there? We need some ventilation if
I
you
mean,
really.
the car wasn't running, so you couldn't use the AC. So
you
don't want to
cool.
You want to fog the car up. You don't want to fog the windows up. So, but then he jumps out of the car, and I see everything else that's going on, and smell everything else that's going on with the drugs that were in there. And
Okay, I thought you were talking about the extracurricular.
oh
activity.
no.
Okay.
But they changed the gun laws in our state about 6 months ago.
Yeah. You get
Big time
permitless
change.
carry. Permitless carry.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked to Braylon about that. We did the same thing.
So there's a gun on the floorboard, and I tell him, I say, hey man, it ain't no big deal, but it's there, and you guys are there. I just want to get you out of the car. And he bolts, takes off.
So he had pulled his pants up by then. She's
getting dressed,
gathering herself.
Yeah.
You ask him to step out of the car, and he bolts right next to you.
Yep. He takes off, and I when I walked up on the driver's side, he's getting out the passenger side. So I go around and I tell her, I said, hey man, just finish getting dressed. Y'all ain't no big trouble.
Yeah.
You're just out here where people can see everything. And about that time, I come around the back of the car and I go to detain him, and he took off. And it led to all that other stuff. Come back, and of course, her car's gone when I come back. And
so was her car the BMW with the jump box?
No, it was the other one.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, yeah, dog, woman, she got some struggles going on out here in these streets.
But, and me, I'm thinking that they probably met up there and was hanging out, and he goes back to start his girlfriend's car up, who he's not with. And now the girlfriend's car is getting towed.
Yikes. Makes sense. Okay, all right.
So the other half of the equation, I was able to see most of what I needed on body camera, like license plates and stuff like that. So
excellent.
And along with the driver's license, it's gonna be all right,
dude. You're a magnet for this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the sheriff said way back that I had a golden horseshoe on my backside.
Just, you know what? Just go sit in the office and do some work. You want to come out here and rile everything up, Cap?
I'm that guy.
God. Yes, you are. Yes,
I'm that guy. And even the camera guys are like Eddie will be like, if he's doing like during the week filming or something, and they hear me on the radio like a couple regions over, they'll be like, you might want to start going that one.
Start easing over there.
It's like you're your own canine. That sniffer's just going constantly.
It's that gut instinct, man. I've learned a couple times where I didn't pay attention to it, and it backfired on me, right? So every time I don't doubt it, I just go with it. And the horseshoe is definitely there. It's always been there. And it was there when I was in military police. It was the same. It just kept going. There was one night way back, probably right around a year into live PD, where my guys had chased down a stolen car up there by the mall. To get this is funny. This is actually a funny one. I wish it had been on the show. So one of my guys, Donnie Campbell, was on the original show with us for a little while. So Donnie's working extra duty at this mall at this furniture store. He's up in the parking lot. If you can imagine, maybe 200 yards from him, the other half of the team is chasing a stolen car. The guy stops in the middle of it's a road that goes around the mall, like kind of an access road where it pulls into parking lots and stuff. Stops there, the guy footbills and runs up straight at Donnie Campbell, who's in the parking lot working overtime. So Donnie gets this dude. Now the car's way back on the main drag, and then another unit, she comes up and says, "Hey, I got your car and your suspect." And we're up on top of the hill like, "No, we got the suspect, man. It's fine." She goes, well, there's a dude in the driver's seat of this car that's getting ready to take it, so I'm taking you down. The original suspect from the stolen car was up there with Donnie and them. They got him. This dude was at a bus stop after the other guy bailed out.
Trying to re-steal the car.
Yeah.
That's great.
So he gets locked up for possession of a stolen car also, right? So while we're doing this, Carrie comes up and she goes, "Hey, LT, I got something for you in the trunk of my car. Seeing as how this stuff happens to you guys all the time, and you got a horseshoe." So Carrie hands me a horseshoe, a real horseshoe. It says, "Anytime you got one in your back pocket, here's one for your car." So I said, "You better not give that to me. It's going to just multiply my powers."
Exactly.
Addie Perez was with me on the show that night. We had just picked up the cruise after that incident.
That's crazy. Just barely missed it. Go ahead.
Carrie gives us the horseshoe.
Yeah.
Addie follows me. Less than 3 minutes. We pull around the other side of the mall on the main drag, and there's a car parked there with two guys backed into the dark. And they are separating a quarter kilo of heroin when we roll up on them. Literally, I swear to God, literally like 3, maybe 5 minutes at the most. Not even 5 minutes. Because we had to drive around the mall, and I spot these guys that are closed business backed into the store with 2 cars. And we roll up there, they got the scales, the baggies, and he's trying to shove the quarter kilo underneath his damn seat, and it just gets stuck in the seat. And Addie Perez looks at me, she goes, "How the hell?" I said, "Oh, Carrie just gave me a horseshoe."
Yeah, horseshoe. Yo, that's crazy.
So the stolen car, and that was less than a quarter mile away from each other.
They didn't hear and see all those police lights
No,
around
because
the mall?
the way the mall was, we were completely on the other side of the mall.
Horrible luck. That's the worst luck of all time for them. Best luck for you, though.
Yeah, it was amazing. Addie still had to look at me like,
"You got to be kidding me." Yeah. And people think we set this stuff up sometimes. It's so perfect. It's like, no, that's just how it works.
No. And all these I'm talking about have already been through court, so it's fine.
Yes. Yeah, you can talk about it now. We're closed cases. There's a female sergeant and a male sergeant. They have the same name. Her name's Carrie, and for us, and they are horse people. So that's amazing that you mentioned Carrie with the horseshoes.
Yeah.
Carrie and Chemo Wellington, Jim. That's crazy. Wow. I need a horseshoe, maybe.
That's still not the craziest one that's ever happened to me.
All right, let's go.
Hey, if you got time, I'll give you a quick one.
Let's take your time. I'm in no rush. I'm good.
I love telling this story. Telling this story. So same thing. That same shopping mall out where I work now. It's got condos above the shops, like condos run above all the shopping area and stuff. So people living up there. We kept getting drug complaints on it, and our office was out there next to JCPenney in that mall. Our cat team office was out there. So of course the community members trust us. They'll come in telling us about stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm getting enough complaints on this condo. I need to go find out which one of them it is, because there's marijuana sales coming out of this condo. And they gave me the number of the condo. So I'll go up, leave the car out front of our office because they see the cars there all the time. So go out the back door, go over to the condo back door. And as I'm coming up to the door, I don't have a key card to get in. So as I'm walking up, this lady walks right out. I was like, perfect. So I go in, hit the elevator, and I got to go up on the 3rd floor. And hit the elevator, full gear, full street uniform and all that.
By yourself?
Nothing. Yeah, not trying to hide. All I was going to do was to do a free air sniff on it, like walk through the building. And here we'll do, they'll sign search warrants on odors and activity. So if
what?
if I can type in the search warrant that the activity is there, and that within the last 24 hours we noticed narcotic odors coming from that apartment, it's enough for a search warrant. And
that's pretty conservative.
Yeah, it's conservative. Well, the laws here are still very strict on it. They're still super strict on marijuana. So it's not that it's the best thing in the world, but it's the way our state is right now. So that's all I was going to do, was going to go, because I already had enough complaints, and I could verify the footage from the camera that there were people coming in and out of there like all the time, right? So they would go in, stay 30 seconds a minute, and come out with packages. It's too easy. And then if I could smell it, that adds to the probable cause. So I plan on doing it. So I'm on the elevator, waiting to get off on the 3rd floor. Doors open. These 2 gentlemen are standing in front of me, carrying, look like shopping bags, like the paper bags with just like a rope handle on the top, not the regular plastic like bags. They're standing there looking at me, and their eyes look open up like this big.
Silver dollars.
So yeah, big time. So I look down and I see 3 pounds of marijuana in sealed bags sticking out of the bag, right? And one of them drops the bag, and I'm like, you don't crack. So take him down and cuff him up real quick. And then I'm calling it on the radio at that point. So I like, y'all get up here. Y'all got up here. I got something. And dudes are like, they had 3 pounds of vacuum seal bags sticking out of these bags. Weren't trying to hide it. Nothing. So my boys get there. We confirm which. So they were coming from a whole different condo that we didn't even know about. I started asking them, like, which one did y'all come from, man? Which one did you come from? So about that time, we get the right condo. We get a search warrant on it because they obviously just left. You can see them come out. And they had another 8-9 pounds inside the apartment, stolen guns, the biggest money counter and scales I've ever seen. And the whole time, now, the apartment I was going to was way on the other side. Completely different apartment. We didn't even know about these dudes. Didn't even know nothing about them. And the whole time, they're like, Brown, how'd you get to us? Why you been watching us all this time? I go, who are you, man? I don't even know who you are right now.
No, I don't even know your name. They know you, though.
So then my boys got there, and they're like, how'd you get this, LT? I said, hey, man, he just walked in and handed it to me, bro. You know,
That's right, man. That's right.
They're tired of me working too hard for it. That was probably the craziest one I've had.
That is wild.
Yeah. They're about to get on the elevator and walk it right out. The car was parked outside. They were getting ready to go run a load and got on, well, it was the only elevator, but got in the wrong time.
Wrong one.
The wrong
Think
time.
about it, if I'm a minute earlier or later,
you miss them.
It doesn't happen.
You miss them.
So something put me there at that time, and it was that gut that was kicking me out of office where I wasn't doing anything in the office. I was like, I might as well go follow up on
just
this.
Go. Yeah. Just go. Finally go.
Yeah.
That is
it was that.
You're understating the power of that gut, because that is the thing that's kept you alive.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that's got you awarded with so many different accolades throughout your 24-year career. When I met up with you, I don't know if it was in Daytona or up in Richland, you told me a story about the time that you almost died. Do you remember that story?
Yeah.
Is that a story you can tell the people if you haven't told it before? And if you can,
yeah, it's been out there, Mike, and we talked about, kind of brief synopsis of that story. That was again one of those ones where a citizen actually stepped in and basically saved me. Again, it was one of those ones where it's that horseshoe, right? And that was not a good horseshoe that day, but it's still a horseshoe. You take the good with the bad with it, right? Like, I was a sergeant at the time in this patrol region, and out there shouting calls with my boys, being out there with them, we're shorthanded, and there were calls going on all over the place that day. So we were spread out in that region. We were spread out pretty good. Call came in. I was in a neighborhood just patrolling, really sketchy neighborhood, really sketchy. I was just doing laps through there, showing visibility. And a call came out at the front of the neighborhood near the main roadway. It's Highway 48 that runs through that part of the county. And it's a little local mom and pop store, sell everything in there. So said that somebody was out front, suspicious person call they were dealing. And I'm right behind the store. So I'm like, I'm gonna park here. I'm gonna walk up the cut and see if they're out there. So I parked the Crown Vic out front and come walking through the cut, and sure enough, he's right there and he takes off running. Took off running on foot straight up. He's actually handing off a dime bag when I came around the corner. So run up the highway, dead center of the doggone yellow line, right? We're running a foot chase up the hill. There is a worker that's working on either fiber optics, something with the internet lines in that area. They weren't power line workers. They were up there working on internet type stuff. We run right under his bucket. He's up there in the truck, and dude takes off, runs into a backyard. And when he takes off to the right, runs in the backyard, there's chain link on both sides. He turns around, takes up a fighting stance with me. So I'm like, I'm not about to do this with you, dude. So I just tased him, and I pulled the taser out. And at that time, the laws were a little different on the tasers. Like the use of force continuum was a little lower, to where if we had non-compliance and we had arrestable charges, we could tase them.
Tase him.
That way, you don't fight them. We don't get hurt. Suspect doesn't get hurt. They get in custody. So I hit him with the taser, and when the probes go out, it almost looked like Matrix. Like I can see it right now when they were going out. You can see the spool of wire going out behind it. Hits him. He throws his arm like a windmill around my line and spins. And when he did, he yanked my line right out of the gun. So I was like, uh-oh. Somebody's been practicing. Somebody's been practicing, man. So then I realized I didn't have no more shots on me. So we go over fences. We go over like 2 or 3 more fences, and we're fighting over each fence. And finally, we hit the third, I think it was the 3rd yard up, and there was a driveway that came into the backyard. There was no gate. It's just a backyard where you could just drive back on the concrete. So we're on the concrete going at it. I remember getting one cuff on him, and during the process, he had grabbed my taser. So at this point, if he lights me up, that's a deadly force scenario, and it's not good for either one of us. So then I pull the gun and I tell him, I'm like, hey man, you gotta let go. I'm gonna have to shoot you. And I don't know how you get to that point to where you're in this fight and you calm down for a second and be like, dude, don't do it. I'm gonna have to shoot you. It's just stop. Let the taser go out, reholster, put the gun back away, and we start fighting again. And about that time, I start getting thumped and start getting pushed and pulled. I centered over him where I'm still trying to maintain control of that one cuff and get him rolled and get him cuffed at the same time. And every time I do, I get bumped. So I get bumped, my legs come loose, and he rolls, and he's face up with me now. And about that time, I get bumped again, and some silver goes by my head, just right by my face. And that's when something told me to look up. So I've got him pressed down on my left arm, and I'll look up to my right and actually see his father over me with a flat tip screwdriver. And Dad's right over me, just trying to stab me. And when he came in and hit me in the head was when I got bumped. I don't know who bumped me, who pulled me that way or whatnot, but he missed me by that much in the head with that flat tip. So when I saw it, I pulled my gun again and I'm pointing at him. I'm like, y'all back up. I'm going to have to shoot you. So now I know if I shoot him and I shoot the son, I'm dead. Because when I looked up, there was a whole crowd of guys coming across the road, across the highway. One of them, I could draw you a picture of it right now. That's how clear I can see it. Is a metal fence post, like one of the chain link metal fence posts. It still had a little bit of concrete on the end of it. He was fat. I know he wasn't coming to help me, was not coming to help me. So I knew things slow down at times when you do that, to where you can actually think through it. Actually, you can see multiple things and you don't realize that you just saw it, but you know it's there. So I was able to think for a second and be like, if I shoot him, those guys are going to knock my gun away, and I'm definitely going to get killed out here right now. And the whole time I'm like, where are the boys at? Where are they at, right? So then I'm still trying to, and I told Daddy to back up. If he didn't drop a screwdriver, I was hotting him right there. That was the way it's going to be. So I push my gun back in, and I hear somebody yelling. I hear it sounded different than everything else. And the guy was yelling, like, let the cops do their job. Back up, back up. The guy from the bucket had came down and got in between me and the crowd and was pushing them off. Now, they were still fighting him to get to me, but he got them back enough to where it was just me, the son, and the dad. I pushed off both of them, and I backed up into the yard. And they had, at that point, fought past the guy that was trying to save me. So I pulled the gun again. I started picking out the ones that had weapons, and I knew what I'm about to do. And about that time, started hearing sirens and tires squealing. And that's when everybody started throwing everything down they had, and they took off running. So this guy from the line company got down and basically saved my life. So then we go into recovery mode on, like, now where's all my suspects at? We got a bunch of dudes here. Everybody that was assaulting me is about to go down. So they just start taking dudes down one at a time. And I'm looking for, so my guy gets on a bicycle in the backyard. on the concrete and starts riding away. So I tackle him for a second time. He rolls off the car, goes in the back. It was grandma's house. It was his grandma's house he was at. And that's why the whole family was coming out on me. So he goes out the front door and disappears in their neighborhood as the patrols are slamming up to us. Dogs track him back to his girlfriend's house. It was about 2 blocks away from us. And he's up in the attic. And as soon as they pop the attic door, all you see is a handcuff up in the attic. And so they end up getting him, and about, I think it was 11 or 12 total went to jail that day.
Oh, wow.
And so again, this is 2012. We had, right before I started training up to leave for Afghanistan, all this is happening. And I was maybe a month out. It was probably February or March that year. In April, I had to leave out. But it was a little warm after fighting all that day. And we get to the jail, and I'm on the hood of my Crown doing all these, because we didn't have MDTs back then. Yeah. We were still doing paperwork. Yeah. So I'm doing all these warrants on everybody and writing everything out. And we've got 3 or 4 of us around the trunk of the Crown Vic doing it out. And my leg starts burning. And I was like, what the hell? So he had got me about 7 times, maybe 8 times with the flat tip in my leg before I knew it. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. God bless. It wasn't the back or the head or the spine.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah.
That's absolutely unbelievable.
And I think about it, Mike, back to that, and I can still see things very clearly that happened that day, right?
Yeah.
And there was nobody on the left of me, so I don't know why I got pulled that way or pushed that way. There's no way Daddy pushed me, right? There's no way Daddy pushed me while he's trying to stick me with a slant.
No way.
So, and the sun was underneath both of my legs. I had him pinned down. So
yeah,
something had me move that way, man. And
the weight of the horseshoe.
Yeah. And then you equate that with the guy taking himself at risk and coming down and getting between me and the crowd. It was, so the sheriff, I wrote up a long thing probably about a week later on that guy and said, hey, this dude deserves some recognition, boss. I don't know what you can do for him.
No question.
Sheriff brought him back that month and gave him a life-saving award, Sheriff's Department life-saving award. So, yeah, it was well-deserved too, man. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. And then, of course, everybody's like, why are you out here stirring stuff up? I'm like, no. I said, that was a dispatch call. I was going to a call.
Unreal. Listen, I can talk to you all night, but Jimmy's got to get to work. But I do have 2 more questions for you. Because
okay. Yeah.
These are, well, one more question. And then
Jimmy's like, I'm tired, man.
Yeah, he's
got too much.
He's got to go back to work.
I go back to work.
Yeah. That's
all man.
Where'd you get the name Thundercat?
You know what, Mike? And that was on the first thing you sent me. You was like, this is what we want to ask.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very cool question because it's I'll throw it back to another buddy of mine. So the Thunda, Thunda.
Thunder.
We play basketball all the time as an Army thing.
Mm-hmm.
We get off 5th. We have volleyball court right outside the barracks and a couple of basketball courts. So we vary going in between those. But we're playing basketball. A buddy of mine, Brian, started calling me Thunder D. Come. So the Thunder part stuck, right? And the way he was saying it, I had to go with the Thunda. So Brian gave me that nickname, and he actually ended up getting out a year before me, and he was a Lexington County cop over here. And he got killed about 6 months before I started at Richland. He was in a vehicle rollover and got killed. So I got a call about 5:30 a.m. when that happened. So Brian gave me that. That's kind of my throwback to, I'm going to keep that nickname my whole life because he gave that to me. The cat part is because I was on the cat team. I wanted to be on the cat team for, as soon as I got on, 6 months after I got hired, I was on the team. Hit my dream, man. That's what I wanted to do. And the 8:30 was my first call sign on the cat team.
Nice. All right, so here's what we're going to do. As we close it out. In honor of downtown Danny Brown, I got a top 5 list, Jim. You ready for this top 5 list?
Yep.
Top 5 cats of all time in honor of downtown Danny Brown, a.k.a. Thundacat 830. You ready for this? I'm going to tell you what the 5 are. After I read each one, there's going to be a sounder, all right?
All right.
Had more than 5. but those other 5 are on the outside looking in. What's called
On the
those
outside.
outside looking in. All right. So the top 5 cats of all time, according to my brain. Number 5, Simba. Number 4, Sylvester the cat. Number 3, Thundercats.
Oh, Thundercat's home.
Number 2, Grumpy Cat the meme.
Oh, yeah.
And the number 1 cat of all time, Puss in Boots.
That's a good list, actually.
It's a good
Great
list, right?
Yeah, that's a good list. Great list.
But Danny, you were the man. Listen, I can sit here and talk to you for hours on end because we
will eventually.
Yeah,
for sure.
We gotta get together and make it happen. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been our pleasure and a prestigious honor to sit down and talk with the man, the myth, the legend.
Mine too, brother. Love talking to you and Jimmy, and y'all are the cat's meow. I'm telling you.
No pun intended, right?
I look forward to hanging out with y'all when we come down, and we're definitely going to share some more.
Yeah,
Folks,
for sure.
The future chief of police for Daytona Beach Police Department, Captain Danny Brown.
Oh, man. Thank you, guys.
Yes.